Hello everyone, this is Anthony, Wall Street Trader's son, and before we get into this video, let's go through the disclaimer real quick. This is not financial advice. The opinion you should follow should be your own and or with a financial advisor. This video is for educational purposes and to outline my own personal opinions as well. The Intraday Updates are on Twitter.com. The link's below in the description. To stay up to date with my latest videos, click on that subscribe button. And now into the stock markets with my dad.
Good evening, everyone. This is Anthony, Wall Street Trader. It's 9:34 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday, June 27, 2021. Okay, my current position, I'm in at 81 cents and change. It's my average cost basis. It's what I've bought the graph at across these various allocations. Now, just to refresh everybody's memory, the graph is equal to, the graph in dollars, I should say, for my currency is equal to the graph's strength to Bitcoin multiplied by Bitcoin by itself as a benchmark. So to me, this piece here, which is the inner strength, is the true strength of the graph. It is the real price of the graph. So let's move forward. I'll just point that out again. And if you look at the bottom, there's a mathematical equivalent. Eat your heart out. Okay, let's go straight into the graph. Well, what's going on here? So let's just zoom out to the 6 month. And looks like we're getting we're catching quite a bit of a bid here. We're at 56.18, making a pretty strong rally. And if you take a look, we'll just take a look here. It just shot up like a rocket. We were down 51 and change. Now we're up to 56. About a 10% gain over the last, literally 17:10 to now, like the last few hours. Not sure what happened. I did some research. Obviously, before I do these videos, I take a look, see if there's any news on the graph that I should be aware of, especially in the middle of the day if I see any major percentage gain or loss, just to see if there's something out there. Unfortunately, nothing really going on in the graph that's really that would compel this thing one way or the other, just based on news. So I think there's probably people that just believe in this and start just going to town, start buying lots of graph coin, and let's see where it actually turns out. I think long term, obviously this is a good play. I mean, this is my perspective. I think long term we could see this thing rally back over this point here, which is 62 cents, and I really think it will. I think we just got to get Bitcoin back on its bearings. It's unfortunate, and as I've always mentioned and will always maintain, benchmark in every asset class. There's a benchmark everywhere. And in the crypto space, it is Bitcoin. So as Bitcoin, Bitcoin's actually catching a bid too today. So we're going to go into that in a second. Let's just go over to the graph relative to Bitcoin. We're still below this red line, but we've made quite a comeback over the last few hours. Look, again, like I've mentioned, I'm not worried about it. As long as we stay close enough, as we wait for Bitcoin to consolidate, it's okay. It's okay. Now let's take a look at Bitcoin. What's going on here? Like I mentioned, this has been 8 days in the making up until this point in which this thing broke out. So look, the way I'm seeing this is we got to let this thing play out. Bitcoin needs to kind of take, it's going to take some time. Honestly, there are times where I don't like doing these videos every day because I know everyone wants an answer right now. For me to tell everyone that Bitcoin is going to be 50,000 the next day. That's just not how it works. This stuff takes a lot of time. So anyway, I like to do these videos so that you are up to date on a daily, and frequency is important. You always have to kind of keep your mind on your money and your money on your mind, or however way that rap song went. But definitely keep your eye on what your money is invested in. But do not, it's better not to look at it every day if you're the type that is an emotional investor and is going to pull the trigger just because their heart flutters because they see some significant price action. So you have to take a long-term approach. You have to look at a long-term, where do you see this thing long-term? And if you'd like, go back. I've done a few predictions on the graph already for my end-of-year prediction. It may or may not come true. I don't know, because I am not a wizard with a crystal ball. However, I think that we still have a possibility. We get back over this green line with Bitcoin, and I think overall the crypto market will maintain its health, especially the altcoins that we're invested in. But we're invested in the right ones. I think that there's plenty of altcoins out there, and I wouldn't touch more than 3/4 of them with a 10-foot pole. I can tell you with the graph that this is the one that I think, one of the few that I have, that I actually think will play a major significant part as the world moves towards a decentralized environment when it comes to technology. And companies have been adopting this. This is not new. So I'm not worried about that. I like the graph as a utility. I would not call it a store of value. I would call Bitcoin a store of value. To me, that is more like digital gold. And every country out there is almost treating it like that. We have to keep our eye on this. But anyway, on to news on Bitcoin, because there's not anything that I can see on the graph other than a few projects. But in Bitcoin, we see folks that are talking about, the benefits of tighter regulation. And how many people have you heard saying, oh, it's going to get regulated, they're going to shut it down? Let me tell you something about that. Look further than that, because look at the widespread adoption. If there was a big fear with governments by now, they would have shut it down a long time ago. We've had this thing out now for over 12 years. That's right, 12 years. And it's been growing hand over fist. And people are talking about it, and they say they want to regulate it. But regulate it, let them regulate it. And as I've always mentioned, the stock market has been truly the most regulated and most punished environment, and yet trillions of dollars go through that thing. So I wouldn't worry one little bit about any kind of, any concerns around regulation. I think it's actually good. We should want that. We should want that. Anyway, this other article real quick. Mexican billionaire pushes to make his bank, Mexico's, first to accept Bitcoin in overnight tweet storm. I think he was tweeting back and forth with a bunch of people, including, I think, Michael Saylor. This is going to be a big deal. I think these folks are looking to look. It's yet another Latin American country that is looking to really adopt Bitcoin. And I'm not saying the country as a whole, but when you have billionaires in these smaller countries with smaller gross domestic product, they pretty much pull their weight in those countries. So wouldn't surprise me one bit to see Mexico step up here and start, at some point making it legal tender. I don't know how that will fit with the political regime here in the States, but, we'll see how that works. But anyway, I'm out. Have a good Sunday night, everyone. Take it easy.